The desperate situation. The neon blue glow of the transit hub flickered erratically, casting long shadows across Arya Valentine's weary face. Another rejection. Another dead end. The massive holographic employment board displayed a sea of red, declined markers next to her carefully crafted applications, each one a painful reminder of her mounting desperation. Arya's fingers traced the worn edges of her identification chip, once a symbol of promise, now just a relic of her past life. 5 years ago, she had been a respected xenobiological research assistant on the interstellar research station Horizon Prime. Now, she was nothing more than another statistic in the brutal economic landscape of the Galactic Rim. The station's massive viewing windows revealed the endless expanse of space, dotted with distant trading ships and corporate vessels. Each gleaming ship represented opportunities she could no longer access. The Terran Collaborative had downsized, her research division eliminated in a ruthless restructuring that left hundreds of skilled workers like her stranded. Her daughter, Maya, sat quietly beside her. At just 12 years old, Maya had already learned to read the subtle signs of her mother's exhaustion. Her small hand reached out, squeezing Arya's fingers, a gesture of solidarity that spoke volumes. "It'll be okay, Mom," Maya whispered, her voice a mixture of hope and learned resilience. Arya managed a weak smile. They had been saying those words to each other for months now, a mantra of survival in a universe that seemed determined to crush their spirits. Their living quarters, a cramped modular unit in the lower levels of the transit hub, was a constant reminder of how far they had fallen. The economic policies of the Galactic Council heavily favored alien-owned corporations. As a human, Arya found herself at a significant disadvantage. The xenobiological research that had once been her passion was now controlled by a consortium of ZR taxa and Vortian researchers who saw humans as little more than obsolete technicians. Their current situation was precarious. Their living credits were almost depleted. The next maintenance cycle would require payment, and Arya had no means to generate the required funds. Medical insurance for Maya was becoming increasingly expensive, and their nutrition supplements were running low. As if sensing her mother's mounting anxiety, Maya pulled out a small data pad, a gift from her father before he had disappeared during a deep space exploration mission 3 years ago. The device was a constant reminder of better times, of a family that had once been whole. "I've been working on some alternative job applications," Maya said, her young fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "There are some independent research stations looking for communication specialists. Maybe I could help." Arya's heart ached. Her brilliant daughter should be studying, dreaming, exploring, not struggling to keep them alive. The Galactic Rim was unforgiving to those without powerful connections or substantial financial backing. The transit hub's ambient noise, a cacophony of alien languages and mechanical translations, seemed to grow louder. Merchants from a dozen different star systems haggled and traded, their transactions a stark contrast to Arya and Maya's mounting desperation. A notification pinged on the employment board. Another rejection. This one from a xenogenetic research facility that had specifically requested human applicants, a rare opportunity that now slipped through their fingers. Maya's grip on her hand tightened. No words were needed. They had become experts at reading each other's silent language of survival. As the station's artificial lighting began its evening cycle, dimming to a soft amber to simulate planetary sunset, Arya allowed herself a moment of vulnerability. Tears threatened to breach her carefully constructed facade of strength. But they would not break. They could not break. The universe might be vast and indifferent, but Arya Valentine and her daughter Maya were survivors. And somewhere, in the infinite darkness between star systems, an opportunity was waiting, a chance they had not yet seen. Little did they know, that chance was about to dramatically alter the course of their lives. An unlikely encounter. The maintenance corridors of the transit hub were a labyrinth of utility pipes, emergency access panels, and forgotten spaces. Most travelers never saw these backstage areas, the veins and arteries that kept the massive station functioning. But for Arya, these corridors represented her last hope of finding work. Her repair skills, once celebrated in advanced research laboratories, had been reduced to desperate maintenance hunts. Maya trailed behind her, a small data pad illuminating their path through the dimly lit passages. "Mom," Maya whispered, pointing to a flickering electrical junction, "that connection looks unstable." Arya paused, her trained eye quickly assessing the problem. A critical power distribution node was on the verge of complete failure. One wrong surge could potentially disable an entire section of the transit hub. Before she could respond, a deep voice interrupted her thoughts. "That's going to cause a major system crash if it's not fixed soon." Turning, Arya found herself face to face with a tall, broad-shouldered man wearing a technician's utility vest, but something about him suggested he was far more than a standard maintenance worker. His eyes were sharp, calculating, with a confidence that spoke of extensive experience. "I know," Arya replied cautiously. "But without the proper authorization codes, I can't access the repair systems." The stranger studied her for a moment, his gaze moving from Arya to Maya and back again. "You're a Xenosystems engineer," he stated, not a question, but a observation. Arya tensed. "I was," she corrected carefully. "Before the Terran collaborative downsizing." A knowing smile crossed the man's face. "Kai Rosenberg," he introduced himself, extending a hand. "Chief Systems Integrator for the Interstellar Rescue and Exploration Consortium." Maya's eyes widened. The IREC was legendary, a semi-independent organization known for taking on impossible missions and pushing the boundaries of human technological innovation. "I've been watching you," Kai continued. Not in a creepy way, he added quickly, catching Arya's suspicious look. "Your repair approach. You've got skills most technicians would kill for." Arya remained skeptical. Opportunities like this didn't just fall from the sky, especially not for someone in her precarious position. "We need someone who can think outside standard protocols," Kai explained. "Someone who understands complex systems and can improvise under pressure." "Someone like you." Maya tugged at her mother's sleeve. Her eyes were bright with excitement, a stark contrast to the defeated expression she'd worn for months. "The station's current maintenance team is struggling," Kai continued. "Budget cuts, outdated systems, limited resources. We need someone who can see solutions where others see only problems." He pulled out a standard contract projection, a holographic document that shimmered between them. "I'm offering you a position. Not just a job. A chance to actually make a difference." Arya's mind raced. The offer seemed too good to be true. In her experience, such opportunities always came with hidden costs. "What's the catch?" she asked bluntly. Kai's laugh was genuine. "No catch. Just the opportunity to solve complex technical challenges. We need people who can adapt, who can think creatively. Humans have always been best at that, finding solutions where others see only obstacles." The junction behind them sparked dramatically, as if punctuating his point. Maya gasped, but Arya was already moving, instinctively reaching out to stabilize the connection. "You've got about 37 seconds before that entire section loses power," Kai observed casually. In those 37 seconds, Arya's hands moved with a precision that belied her months of unemployment. Her fingers danced across the exposed circuitry, rerouting power, stabilizing connections, preventing a potential catastrophe. As the sparking stopped and the system hummed back to stable operation, Kai simply raised an eyebrow. "Still think you're just another unemployed engineer?" Maya couldn't contain her excitement. "Mom, this is our chance." Arya looked at her daughter, then back at Kai. The universe had just presented an opportunity, unexpected, unorthodox, but undeniably real. The choice, she realized, was no choice at all. The journey begins. The IREC research vessel Horizon Breaker was unlike any ship Arya had ever seen. Its sleek design merged cutting-edge technology with adaptive modular engineering, a testament to human innovation in the face of interstellar challenges. The ship's hull seemed to shimmer with embedded nanomaterials, capable of self-repair and environmental adaptation. "Welcome aboard," Kai said, guiding Arya and Maya through the ship's primary corridor. "This isn't just a research vessel. It's a mobile problem-solving platform." Maya's eyes were wide with wonder, her earlier hesitation replaced by pure excitement. The ship's interior was a marvel of efficient design, every space served multiple purposes, every system interconnected with remarkable complexity. Arya's first assignment came quickly. The ship's primary quantum communication array had been experiencing intermittent failures, a problem that had stumped the previous engineering teams. Standard diagnostic protocols had yielded nothing, but Arya saw something different. "It's not a technical failure," she announced after just 3 hours of investigation. "It's an adaptive interference pattern." Kai raised an eyebrow. "Explain." "The array is trying to communicate," Arya continued, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. "But something in the local quantum field is creating destructive resonance. It's not breaking, it's learning." The ship's chief communication officer, a veteran named Dr. Elena Rodriguez, looked skeptical. "We've run every standard test." "Standard tests assume the system is static," Arya interrupted. "But quantum communication isn't static. It's alive. It adapts." Over the next few days, Arya developed a revolutionary approach. Instead of fighting the interference, she designed a communication protocol that worked with the quantum field's natural oscillations. It was a uniquely human solution, flexible, intuitive, breaking away from rigid alien technological paradigms. Maya proved to be equally remarkable. Her natural curiosity and quick learning caught the attention of the ship's education coordinator. She began assisting in the ship's data analysis section, her young mind seeing patterns that even sophisticated AI systems missed. But challenges emerged quickly. The IREX's latest mission was anything but routine. They were investigating a series of unexplained signal disruptions in the Centauri boundary, a region of space known for its unpredictable quantum anomalies and dangerous navigation challenges. "Most research teams avoid this region," Kai explained during a mission briefing. "The quantum instabilities make traditional navigation impossible. Alien species have lost dozens of ships trying to map this area." Maya leaned forward. "But humans can do it." Kai's smile was enigmatic. "Humans approach problems differently. Where others see impossible challenges, we see opportunities for innovation." The first real test came unexpectedly. 3 standard navigation systems failed simultaneously as they approached the most volatile section of the Centauri boundary. Alien-designed quantum stabilizers went offline, leaving most ships completely vulnerable. But Arya saw something different. While the alien technologies collapsed, she noticed subtle patterns in the quantum fluctuations, patterns that suggested an underlying order to the apparent chaos. "We're not lost," she announced, her hands moving with lightning speed across the ship's emergency interface. "We're being redirected." The bridge crew looked at her in disbelief. Kai watched with quiet intensity. Using a combination of adaptive algorithms she had developed on the fly and an intuitive understanding of quantum mechanics that defied standard scientific approaches, Arya began to communicate with the quantum field itself. It was a purely human moment, rejecting predetermined limitations, seeing connection where others saw only chaos. The horizon breaker not only survived but began to map regions of space that had been considered unmappable. Each breakthrough was a testament to human adaptability, to the unique way humans approached seemingly impossible challenges. As the ship's system stabilized, Maya hugged her mother. "You did it," she whispered. Arya smiled. This was more than a job. This was a return to purpose, to hope. And their journey had only just begun. Unexpected challenges. The distress signal came without warning. A garbled transmission that cut through the ship's communication systems like a knife, fragmented, desperate, unlike anything the Horizon Breakers crew had encountered before. Origin? Kai demanded, his voice sharp against the background of flickering holographic displays. Dr. Rodriguez's fingers moved rapidly across her console. It's coming from a region we've been mapping, the outer edges of the quantum anomaly zone. But the signal, it doesn't follow any standard communication protocols. Arya felt a familiar tingle at the base of her spine. Something about the transmission was wrong, and fascinating. Maya leaned forward, her young eyes catching a pattern the others missed. It's not random, she said quietly. It's a puzzle. The ship's alien design translation systems failed repeatedly. Standard communication algorithms produced nothing but static and nonsensical fragments. But Arya saw something different, a pattern that spoke to human creativity rather than rigid technological approaches. We need to reconstruct the signal from its fundamental components, she announced, her hands already moving across the holographic interface. What followed was a display of human ingenuity that left the alien crew members stunned. Arya didn't just try to translate the signal, she began to understand its underlying structure. It was less about language and more about intent, about the fundamental way information could be transmitted. Hours passed. The ship's systems worked overtime. Maya assisted her mother, her young mind seeing connections that even advanced AI struggled to recognize. The signal resolved itself gradually, not as words, but as a complex distress scenario. A research vessel, trapped in a quantum pocket. Not lost, but suspended in a state between existence and non-existence. The kind of scenario that would have been deemed impossible by most alien scientific frameworks. It's a human research team, Kai said quietly, studying the resolved data. They went missing 3 years ago during an experimental quantum navigation mission. The implications were staggering. An entire research team, potentially alive, trapped in a quantum state that defied conventional understanding of space and time. The Horizon Breakers' alien crew members were divided. Some argued for abandoning the mission, the risks were too great, the potential for catastrophic failure too high. The quantum pocket represented an unknown that challenged their technological comprehension. But humans saw something different. An opportunity. A challenge to be solved. Arya's approach was revolutionary. Instead of trying to extract the team using standard rescue protocols, she began developing a quantum resonance protocol that would essentially negotiate with the quantum pocket itself. We're not breaking them out, she explained to the skeptical bridge crew. We're going to communicate with the quantum state and create a safe passage. Maya contributed critical insights. Her intuitive understanding of the signal's underlying structure helped her mother develop an adaptive communication matrix that could potentially bridge the impossible gap. The rescue attempt was nothing short of miraculous. Using a combination of adaptive algorithms, intuitive quantum manipulation, and sheer human determination, they began to create a bridge between the trapped research team and normal spacetime. It wasn't just a rescue mission. It was a fundamental reimagining of what was possible. As the first members of the trapped research team began to materialize, confused, but alive, the alien crew members looked at Arya and Maya with a mixture of shock and newfound respect. Kai's smile was knowing. Humans, he said quietly. Always finding a way where others see only walls. The quantum pocket began to stabilize. The impossible had become possible. Not through brute technological force, but through human creativity, intuition, and an unwavering belief that no challenge was truly insurmountable. Maya hugged her mother, tears of joy and excitement in her eyes. They had done more than rescue a team. They had expanded the boundaries of scientific understanding. And their journey was far from over. Redemption and new horizons. The aftermath of the quantum rescue mission transformed everything. The Interstellar Rescue and Exploration Consortium found itself at the center of a scientific revolution, and at its heart were Arya and Maya Valentine. The rescued research team revealed a story that would reshape humanity's understanding of space exploration. They had been conducting experiments that challenged fundamental assumptions about quantum mechanics, pushing the boundaries of human scientific understanding far beyond previous limitations. During a high-profile conference aboard the Horizon Breaker, representatives from multiple alien civilizations gathered to understand the unprecedented rescue. Arya stood before them, not as a desperate unemployed engineer, but as a pioneering scientist who had accomplished what was deemed impossible. Quantum communication isn't about breaking barriers, she explained, her voice steady and confident. It's about understanding the conversation between possibility and reality. Maya stood beside her, no longer just a child but a junior research assistant who had played a crucial role in the rescue mission. Her insights had been instrumental in developing the adaptive communication protocols that had saved the research team. Kai Rosenberg watched from the sidelines, a proud smile playing on his lips. The IREC had always believed in human potential, but this mission had exceeded even their most optimistic expectations. The scientific community's response was transformative. Job offers flooded in, not just for Arya, but for Maya as well. Research institutions that had previously overlooked human scientists now scrambled to recruit them. The quantum rescue mission had become a watershed moment in interstellar scientific collaboration. But for Arya, the true victory was deeper than professional recognition. "We're not just proving what humans can do," she told Maya during a quiet moment on the ship's observation deck. "We're showing that creativity, adaptability, and hope are our greatest resources." Their journey had come full circle. From the desperate moments in the transit hub's maintenance corridors to standing at the forefront of scientific innovation, Arya and Maya had transformed their circumstances through pure human determination. The final mission briefing was unlike any before. The Horizon Breaker was preparing for its most ambitious project yet, a comprehensive mapping of quantum anomalies that had previously been considered unmappable. And at the heart of the mission were Arya and Maya. "Most species see limitations," Kai said during the briefing. "Humans see opportunities." As the ship prepared to launch into unexplored regions of space, Maya looked at her mother. The fear and uncertainty that had once defined their lives had been replaced by something powerful: hope, creativity, and an unbreakable belief in possibility. The universe, vast and mysterious, stretched out before them. And for the first time in years, Arya felt truly free. Their story was more than a personal triumph. It was a testament to human resilience, a beacon of hope that would inspire generations to come. As the Horizon Breaker's engines hummed to life, Arya squeezed Maya's hand. They were no longer running from desperation. They were racing towards possibility. The journey continues.